Alrighty guys, welcome. Let's get to work, guys. Let's get going. Good morning, good afternoon, and as always, very good evening. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? Hope you're all well. Hope you all had a good weekend, and hope you're all looking forward to another big week on the charts, as I am. Been a good start to the month of August. So let's see what we've got moving forward today. Obviously, a lot going on around the world right now. GJ just continues to melt at the moment, but looking good for continuation. So let's quickly get underway, guys. Let's start. In the meantime, please make sure to hit that like button. Also, say good day, guys. Don't be shy. And we'll start as always with GJ. I'll have a look at gold shortly as well. And as per your request, so if you guys have any questions, any charts you'd like to send in, I'd really like to see some more charts, guys. It's been a long time since we've had a chart being sent in, so hopefully we get a few today. So without further ado, let's have a look at GJ and look at that massive set off. So I did a market update video for the VIP along with a sim session yesterday, and what I did suggest was I would not be surprised if the new weekly just popped straight down, which is pretty much what it's done. So that being said, what I did mention was, if that was to be the case, I'd be looking to see where potentially we could pull back to once again form a resistance before we head back in line with the direction and the counter probabilities on the weekly, which is strong bearish off the previous weekly, and we have now a lower high, lower low to that previous candle. Got a clear target to the left here, 179.50 on the higher time frame. Onto the daily, and to look at that for an absolute free fall. Just a waterfall at the moment. It doesn't look like it's slowing down anytime soon. The daily, we've still got room, also down to 179 flat sort of region. All right, so we're bearish in structure. We've broken through. We have no respect for any support on the way down. Let's quickly go on to the 4 hour. We've also obviously bearish. We're just broken low of the previous 4 hour counter probabilities to the downside. What we want to do though is look to see where potentially in a 4 hour we could tap into. We've got, I'll just zoom in on it. We're almost tapping into a level just now. We've got this level here to the left. Now I'll change that to gray. It is a previous support. Below that we have ample room on the 4 hour. We've got some really clean traffic all the way potentially down to that 179 flat sort of level. So we're approaching a support just now. These candles still seem to have a lot of volume to them. As far as a level that we could pull back to, let's look to the left. I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna wait for the 30-minute and just mark in some zones based off the M30. All right. Obviously, the 30-minute is also bearish. We have just broken the current daily candles low, create a low. Look at this. So if we were to look for a sell on the next candle, stop loss, those 30, it's actually this to slow down a bit the volume. Let me have a look at it. Hang on, that's 100 pips. Thought I was seeing things for a second, guys. 100 pips stop loss. How's that to start the week? Honestly, I thought it said for a second 10 pips. I'm thinking that can't be right. Gonna be difficult. It's gonna be difficult on GJ. Gonna mark in this resistance, so that's a level that price could potentially pull back to. There is an enormous amount of volume though, which is not making it easy in all honesty. Even off the 15-minute, I'm looking at the 15-minute. Again, you're looking at 100 pips, guys. It's, am I seeing things or what? I feel like I'm missing something here, like I've forgotten how to calculate pips or something at the moment. But it honestly, it's that big of a volume. These candles have huge volume in them. So the only way for me to get involved, and I'm looking for sells, guys, the only way for me to get involved in any potential sell upon continuation, first of all, we got the margin. We do. Let's see if we can clean this up a little bit before we can look for continuation sells. Now, what we're going to need is, we're going to need the next candle to create a upper wick. Now, if it creates one after it drops first, that's not a problem. We need some sort of upper wick, and that would be the stop loss, because I'm definitely not comfortable rolling with the 100+ pip stop loss, especially to start the week, or let alone any time of the week. So, however, potential sells, but we're going to need to wait and see how the next candle opens. If we have the situation where it pops down, pops back up to create a bit of an upper wick and breaks zone low again, So long as we have the margin to the downside, which at the moment we do, I would consider the sell option on GJ. So let's keep an eye on it for the next minute, just under 2 minutes. So sells below upon the pullback. Now, obviously we've got some pretty clean track below this 181 flat psychological round number. Let's quickly just zoom out to the left. We've got some squeaky clean traffic below that level there. So definitely sells below that 181 flat. So even if it begins to melt again, guys, could be options. But GJ is a beast at the moment and has more volume than gold, believe it or not. These candles are massive. So we need to be really careful with it, because what this means within the volume within the candle itself, it spikes 10-15 pips like it's normally a pip or so. Massive moves. Look at that, it's just dropped like an extra 15 pips in 2 seconds just then. So this is just nuts. Let's just watch to see how the candle opens. We've got 40 seconds left and it looks like it's going to hit target. Basically, this is berserk, guys. This is very difficult, very volatile conditions. But nonetheless, let's just keep an eye on GJ for the time being. It's still going to be potentially valid, but again, stop loss will be based off the upper wick of the new candle. Now look at that, it's just literally pulled back about 25-30 pips in seconds. So widen your stop losses. If you are looking to take GJ at all, widen your stop losses, guys, and lower your lot size. Low is 650. There's no entry at all. No entry whatsoever. This just melts. Nah, forget it. Not bothering GJ. Absolutely not interested. All right, let's move on to gold. Good luck if anyone is in it. Well done. But it's just not for me at the moment. It's just the volatility is on another level. So in the meantime, let's take a look at gold, and just want to quickly show you a chart I sent in to the members group. It's literally done pretty much everything else I mentioned in that it could do. Tapped into level A, bounced off it, it's broken above the resistance form, and it's tapped into level B. Again, form another resistance at it. So we'll do the analysis now, break it down. GJ is an absolute monster. I'm going to be very cautious with it moving forward this week, to the point where I may not even bother trading it. It's just when it's in this sort of move, the volatility, it's just very difficult. Okay, onto the weekly in gold. That is a strong bullish candle in my opinion. It's closed close to its high and its low. So if you use the fib, you weren't too sure, you can see it's closed above 50%. So that would, I would therefore consider that to be a strong bullish candle. So what that means is, in a new candle, in my opinion, it's a high probability, create low wick, begin to form support at the low. We look to the left to potentially see where that could be, and obviously, like I just showed you before on the other chart, it's tapped into a support. That potentially could be the lowest point of the new weekly candle. We were to continue bullish. Now daily perhaps suggest otherwise. So the daily has tapped into pretty much the resistance formed at that all-time high and rejected. Current daily candle, inside bar candle, is approached the low but respected the low of that candle. If we do respect the low of that previous daily candle, the support formed as I showed you just before in the other chart, which I'll show you once again shortly in the 4 hour, there's a high probability we will continue to the upside. Now bullish in structure, rejecting resistance. 4 hour is technically bearish in structure, it flipped bearish. Now I'm gonna mark in that level of support, and that's the resistance. That's the immediate 4 hour range. Also got a level just above it, and let's go down to the M30 time frame. So 4 hour is technically bearish, 30 minutes also technically bearish, guys. So the bias is neutral, but higher time frames is to the upside. Can I actually just leave that deep? So we've got this to the left. All right, that's the lowest point of any bullish candle at that level, so I'm gonna use that level there. Now bearish on the 30, so we're bearish on the 30 and the 4 hour, so therefore the bias is neutral. What I'd be looking for on gold today is for price to pop back down to this support, seeing we're now creating a high within the market trend, bouncing this support. We pull back down, expect the support formed at the current daily candles low around that 24-22 sort of level. Then I'd obviously build my catalyst from above that level for a buy option. So just trade the range at the moment. That's what I'll be looking at, seeing we'll come back down towards the low. I'll be looking for my catalyst to sell it. Now, buys above the resistance form within the current daily candle, seeing we just create a higher high. We begin to break above, close above that 24.55.40. That point there, I would also look for a potential option to buy it. Now, if we pull back up to it only to reject, then I'm going to look for a range bound sell from resistance as well, guys. So pretty simple analysis on gold, and also sells below this support at 24.14.28. Got some clean traffic to the left down to 24.06 roughly. So as long as there's the margin, that would also make sense. Very simple analysis on gold. In between, we'll have to wait and see where we are and what we've formed. So let's just say we come London Open, we've just started to consolidate around this level, maybe in this previous 15-minute support. We're thinking of pop below that consolidation. At that point, I might reassess and look for a potential sell. But for the time being, just waiting for it to drop to support for a potential buy. And that's about it. GJ is in a free fall. This is just berserk on GJ. Wow. God, what's my poor old Aussie is dying. Just before I leave, guys, look at this. Was for a currency pair shitting the bed. Is that not a waterfall as well? That's just disgusting. Almost makes me want to cry, in all honesty. Get emotional when I see that. Not good for those who travel, that's for sure. It's shit house. So GJ, guys, it's just melting. We need to now wait for it to pull back. Tell you straight off the bat, guys, it's not going to be an easy day. 100%, it's not going to be an easy day. It's going to require a lot of patience, as per the usual. And the focus will be gold. 100% will be gold. Meantime, who we got? Carl F, good morning to you. Franco, good morning, mate. Dot, good morning to you, sister. Also, GU falling down. Yeah, nowhere near as full now it is. Wasn't before. I was looking at GU and EU thinking, why is EU pumping? GU was faring quite well and AU was absolutely dying. I don't know why AU was dying. It's because off the back of the RBA likely going to cut rates, which is not a good thing. I mean, it's one of those ones. It is a good thing for the average person, obviously, who can borrow, but it's not a good thing for currency strength. So Ian, good morning to you. James, morning, brother. See you in Zoom soon. No worries, mate. What's happening in the market? The volume is mad. Oh no, Mr. Phil, it's just nuts. It could be, once again, I think a bit of everything. The Japanese intervention, obviously the threat of constant war everywhere in the world almost. $144. Wow, UJ. Is it really that low again? Not that that's low, because I remember when it was 105, and but still, it was 160 something not long ago. Wow, 141. All of a sudden, the yen strength is building. Wow, look at that. %, 12.5% drop. You'd love to be net long on the yen at the moment, wouldn't you? All right, anyway, keep it on gold. Chef Wilson, good day to you. Welcome, welcome. By the way, members, the link has been sent. Good day to you, Michael. Had a really good sim session yesterday. I enjoyed that. Took 3 entries, 2 wins, 1 was a loss, but that 1 loss was a spread thing. But nonetheless, it's good to get the practice in. Crazy volume at the moment, not making it easy. Naz as well. Naz has just been in an absolute free fall since the all-time high. Personally, I don't have any equity holdings at the moment. I'm more fearful than anything of the market. I think it's not a great time to invest personally. That's what I think, but no, this is investment advice, obviously. So for me, I just accumulate more silver and a little bit of gold, mainly silver though, because of the value. Silver continues to go up, and so does gold. Look at that, that is absolutely berserk, which is, yeah, it's a scary thing, but for those who are in it for the long term, it's a good option to. I wouldn't be touching a bar of soap at the moment, wouldn't be going close to it, but same with crypto, would not be near it. But when the dust settles, it's going to be some really good options, buy options, really good times to get involved, and that's where wealth is created, obviously. So if you are invested or thinking about it, don't stress it too much. Things will eventually bounce back. All is going down. JPY, Dream Day Studio. Yeah, it is absolutely. Well, the JPY is not going down, it's going up. Everything else is dying against it. DJ, much the same. So once again, focus is gold, guys. The yen's just got way too much volume at the moment. The stop losses are way too wide. Meantime, please feel free to ask questions. Please feel free to send in charts. Speaking of the news, I mentioned before, apparently it's a bank holiday here in Oz. I have no idea what the holiday is. Yeah, it's not in Melbourne. No bank holiday here in Melbourne. Must be somewhere in Sydney and maybe some of the northern states, but definitely not bank holiday here in Melbourne. Otherwise, for the rest of the day, final services PMI for the US dollar, Irish vol news, ISM services PMI. So that is the high impact news for today for those of you in the US or trading NY session. Tomorrow now, I'm hoping they come out and say they're not ready to cut rates. That forecast is they won't. This is the RBA, we're talking about the Australian Reserve Bank. However, I really hope they come out with a hawkish sort of view of things to suggest that inflation is quite stubborn and not likely to cut rates anytime soon. That was the rhetoric a while back, but all of a sudden it's changed. Apparently the RBA are under a bit of pressure to ease and begin to cut rates. I'm hopeful of the opposite, to be honest. Yeah, so interesting day, a big day for those of you who trade the Aussie dollar. Construction PMI for the pound. And is it decent or not? In regards to high impact news for our session, doesn't look there. Apparently, doesn't look like there is much at all. If anything, yeah, it's pretty quite weak as well. Also for the US dollar, however, as we all know, there's so much going on around the world right now, so anything could happen. Can we see any trades anywhere at SAV? Potentially, who knows, mate? Who knows? Right now, there is no option for me to take a trade. I don't just trade because I want to be involved. I wait for the right confirmation to do so. GA, Mr. Phil, yeah, I had a look at that before the stream as well, just to see. And the Aussie is dying completely on its deathbed. Wow. Not gonna lie, guys, I really don't like it. I'm pissed off about it, and that's why I don't trade the Aussie. I will not trade it because I'm too emotionally tied to it. You know, you guys know, I have interest overseas, family, so I save money overseas all the time. So I hate seeing a weak Aussie dollar. Absolutely hate it. So therefore, I won't trade it. I feel bad to sell it, in all honesty. I know that my account's not going to affect it at all, but still, I just don't feel right trading it. So I wonder if they've come out and said anything. The RBA, why is it absolutely tanking? Unless it's war related. US warns G7 on potential Israeli attack by Iran within 24 hours. Well, that could also have a fair bit to do with it, to be honest, because the Aussie is considered a risk-on currency. What's Financial News saying? US Fed funds future price in 125 basis points of Fed easing by the end of 2024. Oh, this is today, isn't it? Alright, so apparently we do have some high impact news today. But Forex Factory doesn't consider. I would have thought PMI is a red fall event, so it might shift the markets a little bit. The pound, I mean, not obviously not the main, not gold. Let's look at Bitcoin and what a sell-off this has been. So following the Nasdaq at the moment, once again following the tech stocks, looking at that weekly, it's a strong bearish candle. Look at what's happened the first day of the week. It is absolutely melting. Again, a lot of this is off the back of the war threat, lack of confidence in tech stocks. Is Bitcoin, in my opinion, still considered to be more of a tech play. Obviously forming a strong bearish candle on the weekly. It is tapping into support though. Some support is tapping into the structure last significant high low on a daily right now. So it is a pretty strong level and is a key level, critical level for Bitcoin to hold above, in my opinion. If it fails to, I I think there is a really good chance, there's a high probability that we will eventually come back down to 42k and potentially 38k. Who would have thought? Who would have thought only last week at the end of July? That was last week, wasn't it? It was up 70k. That is a huge drop. 27% almost it's dropped in about a week. That is massive, absolutely huge. So the daily potentially flipping bearish. It's still bullish as long as it closes above this 50k roughly level. Looking at the 4 hour, obviously that's in a massive downtrend. It's marking some levels of support to the left, so it's obviously at that same level we're referring to on a daily. Very strong level of support that it is about to tap into. Below it, see, we've got some very clean traffic to the left, very clean traffic all the way down towards 48,680 roughly on the 4 hour time frame. Back to most recent price action. We'll go down to the 30. All right, so that lines up with some of that consolidation and support here to the left. So what I'd be doing is Bitcoin sells, all about sells. Would not be interested in buying it unless we start to pop above 54.70. Price was to pull back and respect that resistance. It lines up with previous 4 hour support to the left. Only to reject, I'd be looking for my catalyst within price action to sell it back down towards the current daily candles low. Obviously sells below at support, the 4 hour support, the daily support. Now let's just say if something comes out and it's red wall or whatever is downplayed, we start to pop above and close above this 54.68, bouncing off a higher time frame support, that being the daily and the 4 hour. If we were to do so and start to close above, once again 54.68, clean traffic to the left, that point there, it's a high probability we'll make a deeper pullback and we might start moving back up to potentially flip structure again on the 30-minute time frame. It's not going to flip at this point until 59.50 roughly. I'd be all about the sells though, personally. That's what I'd be looking at Bitcoin. Yeah. Just Phil, moving 160 pips 5 minutes, looks like news. Yeah, it's absolutely nuts. I mean, even gold has got heaps of volume as well again. It's a $14 move on gold in one candle. Since the highest point of the current daily. Wow. A big move, guys. It's a 300 pip move, 350 pip move. If anyone knows anything that's going on around in the news, because I can't really see much. Market expects more than 90 basis points of further ECB interest rate cuts this year. Up from around 70 basis points late on Friday and 70 basis points to start last week. Okay, so maybe that could also, that coupled with, but also the RBA saying that they're likely to drop rates. I think that the Bank of England have also come out to say they're likely to drop rates, coupled with also the yen, the Bank of Japan actually raising rates. Maybe the yen might turn back into a bit of a safe haven asset along with the US dollar. And seeing all the other majors, the Aussie, pound, EU, the rhetoric pretty much is that they will be cutting rates. Perhaps that's the reason for the current melt on all those pairs. Who knows? I'm not great fundamentals, guys, but just logically, that's what I'm thinking. All right, good thing is gold is at a level of support, so now look for our catalyst. Obviously don't have a support just yet, so we've got time to wait. In the meantime, I might start a TikTok stream. Well, I heard everything was falling. Yeah, everything's in free fall at the moment. So it's not going to be easy, guys. Now, one thing I'm seeing. We're now near the support, so marking a 50% of this zone. What I'm saying is if, this is a big if, but if the new M30 opens up and it does this, that'll up a wick. And if it taps into the 50% that zone, could execute market order by in anticipation. It's going to be very risky. In anticipation that it's tapped into a level of liquidity, it's likely going to bounce at some point within it to pull back. It may pull back to enough, you know, at 10 plus pips to get your first TP. And there's a good chance if it's going to do what the other counts over prior to the current approach did to the left, had bounced off it, there's a good chance it could flip back bullish. It is a high time frame support. It is a very risky entry, but this, as every time I've taken a stream, I think it's been a win. It's a very high win rate on this particular entry, but it is not for the faint of heart. But we'll see. Still plenty of time left in this candle. TikTok, good day to you. Welcome. Ask Heen, good day to you. Ron Don. Rockstar ZK22, good day to you. B14A, welcome, mate. So the focus is gold, guys. The focus is gold. GJ is just dying at the moment. There's no, it's just too volatile. Stop loss is massive, so we're just focused on gold. Stephen Murray, good day to you and the bear. Forex QM, welcome, mate. All right. So I don't yet have any confirmation of support at this level. What we can see is prices tapped into and bounced straight off it. So I need to see, first of all, confirmation of support forming. That being on a 30-minute. So we'll just wait. We'll wait to see how this candle closes. Closes close to the low and just melts. Like I said, I may look to take a very small buy option if it does tap into the 50% that zone. Why now? Good day to you. Joyce, hello to you. Cypher, hello to you. Welcome, welcome. Looking at gold, guys. We're focused on gold today. TikTok as well, guys. Don't be shy to ask questions. Send in charts. Welcome to all of you. All right, waiting on closure on gold here. It's under a minute. Braden Davies starting to go up now. Yeah, I don't have confirmation of support forming. I have a very impulsive potential entry, but that will require the next M30 to open up and literally just melt into this horizontal. That is 50% of that zone. And if it did so, I would market executed buy with my stop loss back below the zone. But at this rate, it looks highly unlikely because it's about to close too high up. I don't have confirmation of support forming. I mean, I don't even have it on the 15 at the moment. So in my opinion, in this circumstance, I need to just wait patiently for something to present that I'm familiar with, which I don't have just yet. Saxy, good morning to you, brother. Gold's been crazy. It has, but GJ is on another level. All right, so nothing yet on gold, and it's flipped back bullish, so that impulsive buy from the support is no longer valid. Has to just drop. Look at that, GJ. These candles are huge. 170 pips in that last candle. Should I buy Bitcoin now or hold? In my opinion, I would stay well away from crypto. Absolutely run a mile from it at the moment. And equities and that for that matter. I would not be in it, to be honest, with what is going on around the world. They're not considered, I don't care what anyone thinks, Bitcoin's not a safe haven asset. It is absolute crap. It's not. It's still basically, it moves pretty much in line with that. It's still, in my opinion, a tech stock or asset. In my opinion, I would get it. I would not be holding Bitcoin at the moment. I don't hold Bitcoin. I wouldn't be buying it just now. I'd be waiting for lower levels. So I just did an analysis on it just before I started a TikTok stream actually. And if this level fails, and notice the big reaction to it at the moment, we wicked well below it and now we're bouncing back above it. If this level fails and we actually close below it on the daily, it's going to flip the daily structure bearish. At that point, I really see there's a high potential for price to pop back down towards 42k. Not straight away, but eventually. But you're going to have a slight pullbacks, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, till it makes its way back down to this support here to the left and around that 38k, where it may have found a bottom potentially. But if it doesn't, I really think with everything going on, this thing could really free fall. Just did the measurement before, it's already dropped something like 27% since the high of, well, last week's high. Wow, even more, 30%. Crazy. That was a week ago, guys. It was up to 70k. I'd be running for the mountains if I was in crypto. I'd be looking to sell it, that's for sure. I mean, not if I was holding out, no point selling out. However, I mean, if I was trading it, I'd be all about the sells. All right, let's focus on gold anyway. Thank you for the follow, all the follows on TikTok. You guys are legends. Thank you. Good day, one and all. Ricardo, Mr. Nil, Alpan, Uladapo, hi, Arlen, Brian once again. Good day, welcome guys. Daza. So normally in this situation, if this candle closed bearish engulfing or very close to it, I'd be looking for sells on GJ. So even if it closed like this, or if it closed below low, I'd be looking for a sell on the following candle. The one issue is right now, the volume within these candles is massive. If this was to be the case, and let's just say it closes as is, your stop loss. That is right, your stop loss is over 100 pips. Keep thinking I'm not seeing it right, like I've forgotten how to calculate pips or something. It just doesn't seem right, but it's the reality. So the only way, in my opinion, to get involved is dependent on the entry candle itself. So what I mean by that is, once again, let's just draw this back in. For education, guys, so listen up, you don't get this shit anywhere else. If it closed like so, and let's just say I want to enter, below that support, what I've been needing to wait for is the new candle to either pop down, pop back up to create its upper wick, with hopefully not pulling back up for another 100 pips or so, but giving us enough breathing room to once again give it trust it that if it was to break, it will continue in line in the direction of the current weekly, current daily, the structure itself as well. But it's still, I'd be giving every entry on GJ a wider berth, so wider stop loss with a small lot size. It's just the way you got to go about it when things are trending with so much volume. Brayden, I do have a Discord. Whatever reason, I cannot send links into TikTok. They just don't let me do it. Just send me a DM and I'll forward you a link to the free community group. If not, join the YouTube stream, mate. Just look me up, A.C.T Forex on YouTube. I'll type it in. You can find me there on YouTube, streaming live now. You can see my face. You got links to the script in the descriptions to all the groups. There's a VIP group, there's a community group, plenty of things going on. So Rodrigo, good day to you, mate. Time to lower lot size is 100%. 100%. I normally would on a Monday, but in this circumstance more so. Really imperative at the moment too. It can be exhilarating. People can get excited because they see these massive moves. But if you're not careful, things can spike against you and you could get destroyed and torn a new hole. So just be very careful with it, in all honesty. So we're waiting on gold, guys. For me, what I want to see now on gold is, so far so good. Be nice to see a really strong bullish 15. Now I'm still not going to buy it based off the 15. Reason being is my confirmation, and from my experience, what works best for me is the 30-minute. I won't yet have a closure on a 30-minute. Not only that, the previous candle was a strong bearish candle, so still quite a lot of volume on the approach to support. So what I want to see is strong bullish closure. It doesn't necessarily have to be engulfing, but engulfing would be ideal, followed by a little bit of a pause on the following 15. What we've done at that point there is bounced off support, formed resistance just above it, closing an M30 candle, still quite strong bullish. So the M30 went up closing pretty much like so. That being the 215-minute candles within it. And it's the new 30-minute candle. It's a higher low. Bit of a low wick. Breaks the high of the previous 30. Breaks that resistance on the 15. That's where an entry, in my opinion, is valid. So that is what I could be looking at. Janelle, can you check USD CAD? I most certainly can. Also guys, if you're not subscribed on YouTube, please do so. Still something like 30% people who watch it aren't subscribed. Alright, so USD CAD, I'll do the top down analysis quickly. Just had another big spike. So again, something with news. Definitely, I feel this is news driven. Weekly strong bullish, the previous weekly candle, long wick to the downside, bouncing off this resistance, closing up near its high. Current candles broken high, the previous high, low. Having done so, then if it was to continue bullish, there is not much of a need for it to pull back and break its own low. If it does so, it's also popping back below this resistance, so that's a dual sort of catalyst for it to suggest that we may come down further. Daily, again, the back of that previous candle, long wick to the downside, broken a high. Not much need for us to pop back down and break our own low. Thank you for the sub. If we do so, there's a high probability, in my opinion, that price will come back down, potentially back towards that 138 flat at some point. Looking at the 4 hours, actually structure wise, let's quickly look at it. Bullish, so long as it remains above this support here, really above 137.90 roughly. 4 hour structure is also technically bullish, but we are obviously rejecting some resistance here to the left. Just going to mark it in now on the 4 hour. All right, look at that. So we're popping back below it. Form support at this point here. M30 will remain bullish at this point until the current daily candle's low. So if it begins to pop below, close below the current daily candle's low, I'm going to start to flip some structure. I just drag it down to that point there. And so for me on USD CAD, and now to be honest, you can just remove the tough one. You've broken, see, I'd remove that because you've broken through it to the upside and you pop straight back down through it to the downside as well. So in my opinion, that is your new zone and this is your new range. So what I'd be looking for is price to pop back down to 138.638. And if it did so, I'd be looking for my catalyst within price action to look for a buy from support from lower down. So buys from that support. Now, if price begun to close below it, whoops. So if we start to pop below that support form, just below the current daily candle's low, with some relatively clean traffic at that point there, we're going to flip the 30-minute structure bearish as well. That's your first real catalyst to suggest we may pull back even further. So sells below that point there, 138.568. And based off the back of the previous weekly candle, maybe it's just pulling back to grab a little bit more liquidity. So if it did pop back down and your catalyst presented around that 138.380, I'd be looking for the buys above that support. And obviously even below it, there's going to be sell options because you got clean traffic. That is my take of USD CAD. Make of that what you will. So hopefully it makes sense. All right, bit of a pullback on GJ. Not a problem. Just really need the volume to die down a bit more than anything. All right, potentially the first tick on gold. The 15-minute closes, as I mentioned before. We've got the first part of what we want to see presenting. So we still may have an option at London Open, guys. Don't go nowhere. Clarkson Station, good day to you, man. Hope you had a good weekend. Hopefully I'll see you later for the educational call. VIP. Volume is crazy. It is, mate. BTC dumping. Yep. Been over that absolutely in free fall. All right. Bitcoin. Now, this is a price action catalyst. It's a weak 15-minute potentially closure below this support to the left. So what this would normally suggest for me, if this was gold or GJ, if price was to break on the following M15, we've grabbed liquidity from that previous support, failed to close back above it, rejected it, closing weak bullish. If we break that support, in my opinion, there's a high probability price will continue to the downside. So based off that, I would look at potential Bitcoin sells, guys. So we'll see. Bitcoin looking good. Good sub. No trades just yet. Bitcoin looks the best of it though. Bitcoin for the time being. Once again, Bitcoin, I don't trade it live just yet. Not enough experience with trading it with pure price action. Dot, catch you tomorrow. Flying back home from... Oh, nice one. All right, have a safe flight. Take care. Nice analysis. Could you do Gbpjpy? I can. I don't like to do it though because honestly, I hate seeing Aussie die. However, let's just watch Bitcoin for a second. Let's quickly check gold. We need this to pop up. It needs to pop up next 13 seconds. Gold sell. See, you could be looking at it thinking, well, how come we can't sell gold then? It's the same type of scenario as Bitcoin. First of all, it's above support. Second of all, we've tapped into target. So potentially now we could form that support. We could end up heading back up. Seeing we've tapped into target, I'd rather let it come back down again. Do this level, form a support at it, and then begin to look for my buy options. Thank you for all the follows. TikTok, you guys rock. Appreciate it. G'day to all of you. Gryphon, Kino. Welcome. Denise is paper trading on Bitcoin. It's paper trading. I don't trade it live. On gold and GJ, it's definitely not paper trading. All right, so Bitcoin pulling back. For me, it's valid if it respects this previous support, which potentially turned resistance. It'd be a valid entry. D&E, nice bro, thank you. Yeah, full disclosure, I don't trade Bitcoin live just yet. I mean, I've done so, but not trading the same way I trade gold and any currency pair, to be honest. I used to be a swing trader when it comes to cryptos. So the other scenario on gold just now is we just create a bit of a swing here, only to pull back and maybe even the first 15 minutes of London Open we create a bit of minor resistance, a bit of a pause. Then potentially on a second 15-minute candle, as price begins to break that pause, bouncing off this support, would have a potential option. So I'm always planning ahead as data prints. T&E, I don't trade options. At the moment, I'm focused on potential gold buys. And just waiting to see what GJ does, but in all likelihood, there's not going to be entries on it because the volume is just way too volatile at the moment. Thank you for the follow, by the way. Any questions, guys? Feel free to ask. How about you guys, YouTube? You're awfully quiet. Oh, if it's Monday, we're warming up. On Wednesday, we'll be chatting. Hopefully. Not the most lively, but to be honest, TikTok tend to have more chat in the TikTok chat, even though there's fewer viewers than what there is in the YouTube. It's all good. You trade in the tech sector, bro. No, I just simply trade. I don't trade NAS. I just trade gold and Great British Pound, JPY, GJ. They're the only two asset classes I trade. I have traded crypto in the past. I've invested in crypto in the past. Do plan on trading crypto once again in the future. But it was a totally different way I trade. It wasn't price action. It wasn't the same way I trade, like I said, commodities, so gold or currency pairs, any of the ones that I've traded for that matter. And TikTok, guys, like I mentioned, you guys can find me. Just look me up on YouTube, A.C.T Forex. If you can't find me on TikTok, I'm streaming on YouTube Monday to Friday. I actually start the stream earlier on YouTube. Alright, gold not looking bad now. So it's forming some resistance again at the support potentially. This could provide some options. Now it just depends on the strength of the resistance. What I prefer to see is though a 30-minute candle closing back bullish. So therefore I'd want this candle to close a weaker bearish candle. However, if it does close, let's just say as is, and then the first 15 minutes of London opens a bullish engulfing, once again I'm convinced we could be ready to pull away from this support. You've got a price action catalyst forming just above the support. That would be enough for me to suggest that we could be ready to head back up. Wow. All right, AU, sorry, apologies. Person, they still here. It's hard for me to do this, but because you asked, here we go. Strong bearish weekly candle at a pretty strong support, so hopefully it bounces off it. Daily bearish in structure on the daily time frame definitely is. Once again, it's tapped into a strong level of support though, so if you're not in the sells already, maybe a little bit too late to the party. 4 hour, it's going to be bearish across the board. Marking some levels just now. Most recent support was just there. Level to the left hand side. You could pretty much just mark in that whole level. All right, so it's tapped into the level lower down, bounced off it. Now potential pullback level. Got this support, it's just broken. Now onto the M30. Wow, look at that. Very tough on it. On AU, what I'd be waiting for is the pullback. It's made such a significant move. So I literally just wait for it to create a resistance yet again upon a pullback. Pulls up just here. It's a tough one trading within that wick, but still there's a high probability it does so. The price is going to head back down towards the current daily candles low. Potentially retest it and head down below it. Have you got clean traffic? Don't have the data, to be honest. Just got rid of TradingView Pro. It's not worth it in my opinion. Never used any of the features. So for AU, I'd just be waiting for a pullback to sell it. Simple. Very simple. Wait for your confirmation. I wouldn't be selling it just now. Sorry, it's not the greatest looking thing at the moment. Nor do I really like analyzing it. 15 looks alright. 15 looks alright. If it closed below the bullish candle's low, then the sells will be valid based off that. Xauusd.m buyers targeting 1 hour fair value up. Don't trade fair value ups. To me, what this is just clean candles. And if you're referring to gold, I have no idea. Gold or GJ. There you go. If everything's going down, risk assets and currencies, I'm still trying to figure out why gold is not on a clear uptrend. Yeah, I understand. I still think it will. Eventually, I think it's going to find some support and head back on its merry way. I mean, fundamentally, I think the long-term outlook on gold is, I think, in all honesty, this thing is going to be way higher. Way higher. Not saying it's going to happen overnight or anything. But moving forward, gold is just going to continue up. I mean, let's look at it from historical viewpoint. Now, when I first started trading, gold was around $1,000, 1,000 USD. Somewhere around this point. I remember telling my family at the time, buy gold. They didn't listen. Look at it now. You look at gold. Yes, it has its ups and downs, has a bit of a pullback, but generally speaking, look at that. It's just a straight uptrend for the last 40 years, roughly. Really, since the 80s, basically. Straight uptrend. Like I mentioned, you do have your pullbacks, but with everything going on, gold is the only, other than the US dollar at the moment, it's considered the only tier 1 asset in the world. So it is of enormous value to hold. It's a store of wealth. It's not really an investment, but it will make you wealthy, in my opinion. But as gold goes up, the currency strength goes down. So, I mean, your local currency is going to buy less gold. It's going to be worth less. And gold's going to continue to go up. In my opinion, silver will do similar. Silver is a slightly different circumstance because it's used a lot in the industrial sector. It's used in also weaponry. That's a big thing which people don't know about. It's used and it's not disclosed the amount used, but to make, I heard some statement to make like one of those just torpedoes or something, it requires an enormous amount of silver, and it's not included in the production, the use of the actual production use of silver. Overall use of it is for military purposes. It's not included in it. So if that was included in it, I mean, the amount of silver needed is ridiculous, and the supply that's being dug from underground and all that, and it's a byproduct as well of mining for other metals like gold, copper, or iron ore, so on and so forth. So in my opinion, silver is just so undervalued. So undervalued. I think they'll both end up well above the current price. Silver is the more volatile of the two as well. The silver's peaks and troughs are a lot deeper than what golds are. Yeah, I agree. Fundamentally, gold, people look at it thinking it's too expensive. Yeah, it is. It's not cheap. I mean, to buy 1 ounce of gold, it's going to cost you 24. It's more than that because you got to pay a premium on top of it. If you want to buy a 1 ounce gold bar, you'd be looking at about 20 24.5 roughly, 24.70 roughly, something like that once you include the premium US. All right, got London open, guys. That's a weak bearish candle. If we create a lower wick, begin to break the high of that bearish candle, there could almost be options on gold, guys. So 30 minutes closing a bullish candle. Got a weak bearish candle. Pause just here. Where's the high of that 15-minute bearish candle? You know. All right, low wick. Very risky entry. What I prefer is a 15-minute closure because it kind of resembles consolidation just now. What I prefer is candle closing above the body on the next 15 minutes. If it was to do so, I'll be looking at a buy on gold. Now, the early risky entry is if it breaks the high of the bearish candle on impulse. I'm not feeling very impulsive though to begin the week, in all honesty, especially with the volume in the markets right now. So I'm going to play it safe. I'm going to wait for a closure. Because that previous bullish candle wasn't really strong enough, in my opinion. So that's what I'm waiting for now. Closure on the next 15-minute candle. If it closes above the body of the candle to the left, the open, I'll look to buy it and following candle. If not, and if it just goes, it goes. So the other option is the impulse entry, guys, if anyone is interested. I'm going to wait though. Buzz Monkey, appreciate the gift. Matt C, do you think it will hit any lower, mate? What, gold or? Getting scary. Clips, market gone down like crazy. It is. Market's all over the shop today. Clips, what coin? It's not a coin, mate. It's gold. So I'm waiting for a closure above this point here. Waiting for M15 closure. Weedy, what size is this? Are you talking about I'm using to chart? This is TradingView. Yeah, Weedy, sorry mate, I didn't see your earlier comment. So just look up tradingview.com. It's for free as well, so don't stress it. You don't need to pay anything. It's got pretty much every asset on earth that you can list in there, so thank you for the follow, by the way, guys. What's GJ done? Alright, GJ is just not tradable at the moment. Now, what I'd be looking for personally on GJ, seeing a close back 15-minute bearish. Let's see if we can create a minor support upon this pullback. But again, a stop loss is just massive at the moment. It's going to be very difficult on GJ still. Brandon, looks like she's dropping. On gold? Yeah, potentially. Sending the members in the call. Hope you guys are ready because it's going to be a really good session today. Later, after, well, a couple, now or so after stream, a couple hours after the stream. I'm going to be going over the other part of the catalyst, which we didn't cover last Monday. So that was a ripping session. Today's is going to be another big one. It will be recorded. So for those of you who can't make it live. See, very simple rule I've prayed, guys. 15-minute closure above will be sufficient enough. If anything else, no entry. Well, at the moment, I mean. Thomas, just follow you, keen on learning more about Forex trading. All good, mate. Just watch me regularly. I stream TikTok pretty much daily. I'm always streaming live, well, not 24/7, but I mean 5 days a week on YouTube. And yeah, you jump across the YouTube group at some point, the YouTube channel, sorry, and all the links to every service is down in the description below. Otherwise, just send me a DM, mate, and I can point you in the right direction. Alec Franklin, thoughts on stock options trading? I feel options trading is a little bit like going to a casino, personally. I'm not a fan of it. I've never really done it personally. I've never really traded options. I opened a demo account once just to see what it was all about, see if I could understand. To me, it's fun. It's a bit of fun, but it's the type of thing I'd rather just do on like a Friday evening for a bit of shits and giggles, to be honest. Not take seriously, just chuck in like whatever I'm willing to lose into an account, whether it be $50 or $100, something like that, for a bit of like fun. That's it, because you got options that last like 15 seconds or something, going all the way up to, I don't know what the higher time frames are. But that's what I see options as. Whereas I see this as a business. So look at gold, potentially flipping. But once again, I'm patiently waiting. I've created the rule. That's what I'm waiting for. If it goes without me, it goes. Nothing I can do about it.
Hey, good morning.
Franco, brother, how are you?
Fine, I'm okay, and you?
All good, brother. All good.
How was the weekend?
Yeah, really good. Just same old, helping the family, but managed to go to the gym, which was good. Had a good session with the guys yesterday, sim session, and yeah, the webinar. So, how about yourself?
Yeah, here in Germany it was weather-wise not so good, so
okay.
It was often raining, even if we have summer. So
yeah,
it was a little bit difficult to do things. We had barbecue and then it started to rain.
Yeah, so, not ideal.
Not really. So, and yeah, looking how the things go on the weekend, the geopolitical one. So
yeah,
and right now I do not really understand the market. So
no, exactly.
I was assuming everything is going down. That means for me gold would go up, but it did not go up. So it's a little bit strange and very difficult. Also, GU is now moving not as usual. So need to be very careful today what to do.
I agree. Very careful. So that's it. It's nothing wrong with sitting back and waiting for a little bit more clear direction. A lot more calm, I think, once obviously NY is underway. and also depending on what develops in the meantime. There's a lot going on.
I've seen that this week we had more or less nearly no news, planned news. So from this point, it should be very good to trade. But I think geopolitical wise, there could be a lot of erratic movements.
Yeah, there could be a lot of crazy movement. So 100% for sure, something we need to be very careful of. 100%. It's not easy because the thing is, it could break at any point, and we would not. That's the thing, you don't know. So
therefore, from my opinion, myself at the end, have this in mind. I would really only look for gold buys, and maybe the other pairs only sells. Yeah, maybe when the market is moving, then moving in the direction what we are expecting at the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard because fundamentally thinking gold should jump, bounce, should go up.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just trade it as I see it, as per the usual. Create the rules and react when the time comes.
Okay.
It's all we can really do. But if I was, again, based on fundamentals, would have thought gold would be potentially just going to continue to fly. To be honest, I thought maybe I'll come to the stream and see gold at all-time highs again. But it's not to be the case.
No.
It's just difficult to know what to make of it. It just requires, again, planning and patience.
Yeah. I think even more patience as you should.
Yeah, agreed.
Maybe.
JR TikTok, good day to you. Nagash Montana. Welcome, guys. Welcome. All right, so we're waiting on just over 3.5 minutes. Will gold close above that line, that horizontal above the open of the previous candle? Now I might look for a buy as it breaks the high of that bearish candle. So, could be an option. Potentially presenting without our catalyst. And if it doesn't, you just need to wait. Very simple. Slanter, when can we enter for buys? First confirmation. Like I just mentioned, 15-minute needs to close above this horizontal. It's clearly stated here. If it does so, then I'm going to see a bit of a low wick form on the following 15-minute candle, and then I'll look to execute buys as it breaks the high of that bearish candle. So it's still got to wait 2 minutes, just over 2 minutes, and it has to tick the box. If it doesn't, I don't react on impulse or out of FOMO. If it does begin to just bounce off this support, I stick to my rules because I know that's what works for me. Brayden, on the 1 minute time frame, looks like gold slowly crawling up. Never know though. The 1 minute, yeah, I don't trade the 1 minute, but I mean, if you can and you make it work for you, fantastic. But sometimes when there's a little bit boredom on the charts, it can have a look at it, but not to trade, just to see what's going on. FBI looks like it's still bearish. It's actually, the bias is neutral. The 30-minute and the 4 hour technically bearish in structure, but the daily and weekly bullish. Joe, g'day to you. Justin, how come it's a close above the candle body rather than the wick? Because we've bounced off that support long to multiple candles with long wicks to the downside. That would be enough of a catalyst to me. Strong closure above. And then I kind of treat it like an impulse entry once it breaks the high of that bearish candle. As long as that's low wick. But at this rate, it's not likely. Has to pump in the next 30 seconds. Because otherwise it could just resemble consolidation. Alright, potentially. I want it to close, I really want it to close a little bit higher up. I don't want it to close right at that level. Has to pump, has to pop up. Pop up a bit more. Leave an up wick. It's a tough one. It's closed just above. Alright, the only way I would consider getting involved now is this candle, because now the other candle has no upper wick, or a very small one. So what normally happens is like the residual volume left in that previous candle, you often see it pop up quickly. Now I want it to pop up towards that high of that candle, then pull back to create a low wick. And if it does so, once it's pulled back to create a low wick, I'd set a buy stop back above the high of the entry candle. In anticipation for was pull back to create its low wick, grab some more liquidity from the market. And really, if it was to continue bearish, it would have no need to pull back and break its own high. If it did so, then likely what it's done, but on the pullback to create low wick, is grab some liquidity from the downside or heading back up. So that is what I'd like to see in this situation. It doesn't really have the upper wick. It's got a very small one, a marginal one. It's not a really strong closure above. So that's the new plan. That's what I want to see. GJ is retraced. Alright, so perfect. Now it needs to pull back. In any circumstance, a general rule of mine, no lower wick, no entry. No wick in the opposite direction prior to entry. It's only one particular moment where I'll consider it, and it's not in this case. It's on a zone to zone continuation trade, which is for another day if it presents. It has to pull back just now. Never comfortable with that low wick. Your analysis can be correct, but sometimes it just doesn't give you the right confirmation. GJ, yeah, pulling back nicely. So it could be sells potentially from that resistance. Alright, so gold's, it's gone guys, forget it. At least you'll learn something. That closure, bouncing off this support, 2 long wick rejections. It would have worked, you just needed a bit of a low wick. It is what it is, guys. Can't force it. Just need to chill. Wow, it's big volume. That's gold just skipped about 8 pips in that move just then, so wow. Caleb, would you take a broker had a low wick? My broker doesn't have a low wick. Yeah. If your broker has one. Still valid. I mean, it's easy to say after the fact. But my broker doesn't have one as well, so I see markets. Joe, could be an entry on M30 for call? Yes, potentially. Potentially. Bit of a reversal pattern, potentially a morning star formation. Wait and see. Thomas, am I buying? No, I'm waiting because I had no lower wick. Welcome everyone on TikTok. Kobe, Little Slim, Sadie, not Sadie. Nathan, thank you for the follow. Ethan, good day to you. Welcome guys, welcome. Few things you need to consider though: stop loss. We'll see, guys. I'll jump off for about a minute or two. Don't go anywhere. Maybe 3 minutes, and we'll reassess. I'll be back shortly. Don't go anywhere, guys. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Crazy volatility. So just have to trust it without lower wick. That's fine. All good. Don't stress it. It's only Monday. All right, GJ, what do we got? Need a bit of support to form. So what I would like to see on GJ is preferably price tap into that 183, 250 rejection. Bit of support to form below. So that followed by maybe a bit of that, and as price breaks that support, correlating for 30-minute candle and closes maybe a doji or closes back weak bearish at the support, long wick, we want it to tap into that resistance. That could be the potential entry. Again, this is all if but maybe. It's a lot of world's going to bridge just yet. It's just me planning ahead potentially what could happen. Patterns that I'm familiar with. Where am I located? Bowstown. Hound. Melbourne, Oz, mate. Braden? You bought, I'm assuming it's 24, 33, 33. I mean, you're well in profit, so well done. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Bowstown. 100 plus odds, NBA bets. Best sport in the world, best league in the world. Are you ready? EJ sell, there we go. Actually, it doesn't look bad. I still don't have any confirmation on the 30-minute. $24.33, nice one. Yeah, you're looking good, brother. Well done. Again, so it's just I'm a really strict confirmation trader. Like you guys heard me plan for that. About the wick, just not as comfortable. Look at that! Wow, it's nasty. I mean, it's good. It's strong volume. It's good to see. It's not easy to get involved. See, Bitcoin's bounced as well. Maybe just a healthy correction. Aussie bouncing a bit. It is. But nothing has changed in regards to structure and direction, guys. It's still in a massive downtrend. All these currency pairs against the US dollar. Gold's in a big uptrend. Tech stocks and that in a massive downtrend. Once again, it's only Monday, guys, as well, so nothing wrong with leading the market, print some data. I often find Mondays, in personally my opinion, if I was to trade NY more frequently, Monday I think would be the day for likely trades. On it doesn't mean you don't get anything during London, but at least by NY session you've had 2 full sessions of data print, so you got a fair bit to go off within the current daily candle. Obviously been a lot of volume though throughout today during the Asian session, so I'm obviously always looking for trades during London, irrespective of the day. I don't trade NY on a Monday. That's personal reasons. I don't want to be on the charts all day and night, late into the evening on a Monday. So it should roughly reach 2460. Brandon can do whatever it wants. I mean, market doesn't have to do anything. It can do whatever it wants to do. It doesn't have to. Again, saying should probably isn't a correct terminology. There's probability wise, yes, there's a good chance probability wise it'll come back up towards 2450. Well, the resistance around at 2455 sort of level, potentially back above 2458. So the M30 got a nice strong closure. No low wick yet again. Everything's just moving without really any strong confirmation at the moment. Let's see on gold. Already made a significant move. But if it pulled back to create some sort of low wick, grab a little bit more liquidity before breaking its own high again. See, it's now broken high of the previous candle. Potentially could be an option, but if it goes just now, I'm not interested. A nice strong closure on a 30. Yeah, forget it. Same scenario, guys. Just doesn't have any sort of pullback within it. For me, is what it is. I don't chase those sort of entries. Something I always say to my guys that I coach: trading is a risk. No matter what, you're risking whatever you predetermined amount that you chose to trade with for that particular entry. Now, no one likes to lose money. And yes, we should detach ourselves from the emotional side of things, and how I go about that is by creating rules and sticking to rules. But having said that, you want to be as comfortable as you possibly can in any trade. So if you're not comfortable without it having a low wick, you just don't enter. Very simple. When I enter a trade, I'm not jittery, I'm not nervous, I'm not anxious. I used to be like that years ago. That's why I need to create a system. I need to create some rules. I need to have a proper plan to follow on the daily. And since that is what I do, and the results follow. It's been a fantastic year. Again, I mean, the last 4 years has been massive stepping stones each year. Simply by just being patient and following the rules, being strict with it. So once again, I want to feel comfortable in my trades. Not comfortable without it pulling back. Now it's made the move. The last thing you want to do is enter a trade and you're just sitting there sweating. You know, your fingers are shaking, your hands are, you're nervous wreck. I mean, there'll be a few reasons for that. If that's the case, you're obviously not accepting of your risk. Maybe you're trading with too much capital. Maybe you're trading with money you can't afford to lose. Maybe you haven't stuck to the rules or followed a plan. Maybe you don't even have a plan to begin with. As stupid as it sounds, it's a common thing that a lot of you have been through. I've been through it too. I've been through it all myself. I'd see GJ right, it has to sell now, it has to come back down. Right, stuff, I'll just sell it. I don't have any confirmation, but I'm just gonna sell it. Only for it to see it pull back further, get wrecked. Sell it again, get wrecked more. On all that shit. Loan accounts. Been there, done it all. So what I am saying, what I'm stressing is you need to be as comfortable as you possibly can. So once you've determined your plan and the rule for entry, just wait. If it doesn't present, accept it, move on, reassess. Very simple. Hashtag no FOMO. We're just gonna call you basketball. Is the market about to sell? No idea. I wish I knew, because if I did know, if I had a crystal ball, I would never lose a trade. I have no idea. No, that's the whole thing of trading. No one knows what's gonna happen next. All we can go off is by past experience, and again, follow our plan. Thank you for the follows, everyone on TikTok. Appreciate it. And feel free to say good day. Brayden, you reckon it's a sell? Aren't you not in buy, my friend? Chill, guys, chill. Tyler got wrecked on GJ trying to get my... Yeah, see, that's... No offense, man. Don't take this the wrong way, but that's not how we should be looking at it. It's not you trying to get your money back, or... That's trading on emotion. What you should be thinking is... Alright, first of all, did you follow your plan? Did you have a plan at all? Where did you go wrong? Journal it. You can learn from it. And then just reassess. What do you want to see next? What is a high probability entry in accordance to you? Don't worry about the money side of things. You concentrate on that, you're just going to continue to get wrecked. That's just personally from experience from the past. Right? No, it's profit. Nice one. In all honesty, guys, the way I trade, yeah, it's pretty boring. I don't get involved in hundreds of trades. Some days I'm gonna have 2 or 3 trades. Some days will be all on stream. Some days I won't have a single trade on stream for multiple days. It just depends what the market offers me. But it works for me, so I'm happy being a boring strictly rule-based trader. Maybe blissful moments, sell or hold. I don't know, I'm not in a trade. What are you talking about? Gold? See, that's the thing, you should have a plan for that. What is your plan? Where do you want to take profit? Where did you enter? I see it potentially coming up to 24.52. But again, it may pull back prior to it. It doesn't have to necessarily just pop straight up. GJ's tapped in. That's a good sign. That's what I wanted to see. All right, I've got to somehow try to work out stop loss, but I'm not, no impulse entries. What I'm looking at is, so if this candle rejects, closes week bullish, followed by a bearish engulfing M15, what that's going to do is close a 30-minute candle bearish at the previous resistance after tapping into it. That would be enough of a catalyst for me to look for a potential sell on the opening of the next candle. Once again, issue is going to be stop loss, so we'll see if we can work something out. Gold is pulling back just now, but it's already made quite a significant push above. So for the time being on gold, I'm just chilling. Far left. You're done. Nice one. Got some Gbpjpy, nice one. Thanks for education laughs as always. Appreciate it, my friend. Thank you for joining as always. Stay safe all. And as Justin preaches, be patient. That's it. 100%. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Frosty Power, for the follow. Getting there, getting close to, or still a fair distance off 1,000 on TikTok, but slowly getting there. Tyler, thank you. So far for August, taken 2 trades, 2 wins. July, I took, how many wins? I think it was like 13, 14 wins, 1 loss and 3 break-evens, 2 or 3 break-evens. The last few months have been fantastic. July was my best month of the year. Oh, sorry, I missed something. Do Casey, good day to you. Long time. Hope you're well. Fabian, welcome, welcome. Alright, let's keep a bit of an eye on GJ, guys. Oh. Alright, is there anything breaking news-wise? Alright, well, traders price in 60% chance of a 25 basis point Fed rate cut within 1 week. Maybe that's a bit of a reason why some majors bouncing in gold at the moment. Bitcoin also a strong bounce off that level. Assuming NAS as well. Yep. So not convinced by any of this. To me, it's likely just a healthy correction for another impulse until something fails, until structure starts to flip, which at this rate, not flipping at all on GJ anytime soon, especially. Alright, 15's about to close. So what we need to see if there's to be a valid entry is for the next 15 to close. Very, very simple rule. Like so. And if it does, the next thing we need to see is an upper wick. and that is going to be our stop loss because there's just too much volume in these candles. The stop loss is way too wide based off technical levels above, which what in my for me, my rule book, usually my stop loss is based in this case when you're selling above a previous candle high, preferably a 30-minute. If that's too wide, a 15-minute. In both cases it's going to be too wide. So the last option I can use is the entry candle. So that's what I'd be waiting for. And once again, you see, I've just very simply created some rules as to how I'm going to get involved in the trade. And I'm not going to digress from it. If it doesn't present, I don't enter. If it does present, I know there's a really high probability it's going to be a good trade. Gold is just now mucking about within this range. Damien, am I going short on GJ? Not just yet. Wow, look at that upturn. Wow. Yeah, what's Solana at the moment? Pains me to look at this thing. Still well above the level I sold it. Yeah. Nowhere near a buy level. Where's the platform? Damien, what you mean this? Trading view. Trucker Salem? Trucker Salem? Pains you to look at it. How about everyone else that invested? Yeah, I know. No, not because I bought it high. I sold it for I had personal reasons when it was about $30, and after that it absolutely pumped to like $180 or $200 or whatever. So like I always mention with crypto, I'm the leading indicator. When I sell, it means we're going on a bull run. Leading indicator, you don't need anything more. Stuff all these indicators in TradingView. If I tell you I'm selling my crypto, buy it. Buy as much of it as you can. It's happened twice, guys. I'm not joking. Twice. The two big bull runs. The one late last year, October, through till earlier this year. Current bull market, which appears to be ending. And also 2021, I think it was. No, 2022 actually. When things start to pump. Also the original bull market, 2017, one of the original ones. Fishing the Pilbara. That New South Wales, I can't remember where that is. Put 10k in ETH today. Don't think it's a good buy. What is ETH now? To be honest, I don't think crypto is a good buy at all at the moment. Personally, I mean, it's, yeah, like value wise, I'm sure eventually it's going to be a lot higher than this. I think ETH's going to be a really good long-term investment. I mean, yeah, good area. It's dropped down to a very solid support, but personally I'm just not interested in investing in crypto at the moment. I think with all that's going on, I don't believe crypto is a safe haven asset. I think it's more considered very similar to NAS and tech stock still. So for me, I'm not interested in investing in crypto just now. In the future, yeah, I'll get back in. WA, Rocket Salem. Yeah, I know it's somewhere in Oz. Hopefully. Yeah, I'm sure you're on a good thing. I bought ETH when it was like $80, and that's another thing I sold at 300. Think I was hitting a bit. Look at it now. Look at it now. I mean, I had half a Bitcoin when it was like 3K. Look at that now. Alright, GJ. Popping above a resistance formed. I'm not interested in buying it. Really not interested in buying it. I'd rather just patiently wait for a sell option. Gold is right in the middle of this range right now. It's going to be a tough one. It's all good. It's only Monday. Trucker sell. Lost 5k today due to the crash. But did you lose it? Did you sell out? Or you mean you've just wiped out your portfolio is down? Capital is down. The equity is dropped by 5k, but it's not realized loss only if you sell it. That's the thing. So like I mentioned, right now my thing is silver and a bit of gold, mainly silver because of the value. I quite frankly couldn't care less if it melts. It just means I get in at a better DCA personally. I bought it from Aussie dollars around 30. I think it was like probably my DCA is around a 30. Maybe a little bit above that now, probably about 34, 35. But I still continue to buy it. And I still feel it's highly undervalued. Alright, it's a tough one today, guys. Obviously, a lot of volume about. The only real entry was that impulsive one. Nonetheless, good to see the analysis playing out. Not easy to get involved though. It's not many about right now. YouTube numbers have died off, so I think I'm gonna call it. Alright, so what I'll be looking at on gold just now is we're pulling back to that support. So once again, same thing, still buying above it. As long as we respect that level, it's still going to be valid for buyers. Need to wait for your catalyst and be patient with it because there is enormous volume in all these candles. Gotta think of a few things, guys. You gotta think about your stop loss. That is one issue at the moment. So just be a perfectionist. Again, have a plan, create the rules, and make sure it's ticked off before any entry. Think about stop loss and all that as well. GJ, I'd still be looking to sell it. Just wait for the right confirmation to sell it. Currently in a bit of a pullback phase. Very similar as to what I mentioned on gold. You need to consider stop loss. That is the main issue on GJ right now. There is enormous volume in these candles, more so than gold. Massive candles. So if nothing presents, there is nothing wrong. It's just Monday, chilling, or maybe taking a break for a little bit now and come back pre-NY and see what's going on. Again, guys, so much going on with the news. Not so much scheduled news, but with what could be released anytime, obviously, with all the stuff going on around the world. So you need to be really careful in your trades. I would suggest at the moment with the volume, consider lowering your lot size. It's entirely up to you. That's just my personal opinion. And leave your stop loss a little bit wider than usual. In the meantime, guys, appreciate you all for joining. Thank you, YouTube. You guys rock as per usual. I'll be on probably around 10:30 a.m. UK time, roughly, for our educational session. Looking forward to that. It's gonna be a big one. TikTok, if you could, make sure to at some point maybe look me up on YouTube, or if not, send me a DM if you want to know any more about any, how to get involved with the community, Discord community, whether that be the free group or the VIP group. Totally up to you guys. And yeah, make sure to watch me again. I'll be on tomorrow, TikTok and YouTube. Start around the same time tomorrow, about 7:30 a.m. UK time. I'll be on for that. In the meantime, guys, do trade safe. Take care. Don't forget YouTube, hit the like button on the way out, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye for now.